Welcome back to this homeschooling journey where today we're going to talk about homeschooling styles. Well, homeschooling is a bit like skinning a cat. Apparently there is more than one way to do it. I can't really vouch for that because I like to just pat my cats, but I can vouch for the fact that there are many different styles of homeschooling. And this was made very evident to me when I first started looking into it and went online, did some searches, and was somehow expected to be able to put myself in a category. Are you going to use this? Well, the categories are roughly, the 7 main ones are classical, Charlotte Mason homeschooling, Montessori, unschooling, schooling at home, unit studies, and eclectic studies. So without going into what all those different methods are, I chose eclectic studies because yes, A, that was easier than making a decision, and B, I was pretty certain that's how it would go, and I'm pretty certain that's how it goes for most people too. Even if they start out very strongly in one philosophy, you end up having to incorporate usually some other philosophies into it. The two main ones that really appealed to me and probably have been the biggest influences for my homeschooling are the classical and the Charlotte Mason. Charlotte Mason uses a series of living books. So basically she uses storytelling for education because storytelling engages kids. And I was all for that, and can perhaps even talk about that in another video, the way that we use living books to cover many topics. And classical, still trying to move through different subject areas, still having a lot of instructional sort of lesson time at the table, as it were. For a lot of you at the moment who are homeschooling through COVID-19, it's probably more schooling at home is the what you'll find yourself doing. The work is being provided and you're trying to do schoolwork at home just as it was in the school but in the home environment. So I really hope that's going okay for you. I hope you're enjoying getting to spend that extra time with your kids. The beauty of the eclectic approach is that you can go with the flow and change of seasons. So there have been seasons in our homeschooling journey where it's been very, okay kids, table, it's this time, we're going to start now, we're going to do this subject, blah, blah, blah. And then at other seasons in our life when things have, different stresses have come into our lives, or there's just a season where I've had to pull back and do something a little different for a while, we can go more into one of the other styles, more of one of the unschooling, or more Charlotte Mason-y, or more Montessori, for example. Not consciously thinking this is what I'm going to do, you can just kind of let it slide into that for your family. The reason that I feel confident doing that is that I've had the joy of seeing lots of different homeschool families using lots of these different methods successfully launch their kids into adulthood. And that is why I can say to you to please don't be panicking. If you're just doing this for what you hope is a short season, I mean, definitely do your best to keep up with the schoolwork that the school has set, because that will help them slot into where they were when things get back to normal. But if things are really starting to become a struggle, if the schoolwork is becoming a battle zone, don't be afraid as the parent to just take the pressure off. And if they get behind in a particular area, they will make up for that in other ways. So, and homeschoolers that have been doing this for a long time, I know you've already given so much thought to the different styles and what you're going to do and why you're going to do it that way. And as homeschoolers, we have panic moments where we think, oh, I haven't taught enough, I haven't done enough. And you don't want to shortchange your kids. No one wants to do that. No one wants to do that. So, but even you homeschoolers who've been doing it for a long time, don't panic about that, because what you have chosen not to do as part of a curriculum, shall we say, you've probably put in other areas that a mainstream curriculum wouldn't have. And it all balances out in the end. So I just want to encourage you, no matter which way you do it, the cat is scum. So no matter which way you choose to homeschool, it's a really horrible imagery. I really think I should try choosing a different one. Whichever way you try to do the homeschooling, if you're consistently engaged with your kids and consistently thinking about what it is that you think that they need to be learning now, consistently checking it against the actual skills and knowledge that they need to have succeed in this world, you are going to be fine. There is more than one way to complete this homeschooling journey.